Guess what? It's time for some bedtime stories here from Wood Library. So Bernard and I are all set, and we hope you're ready to just enjoy some stories. Our first one is called A Hippy-Hoppy Toad. This is written by Peggy Archer and illustrated by Ann Wilsdorf, and is published by Schwartz and Wade Books. In the middle of a puddle, in the middle of a road, on a teeter-totter twig sat a teeny tiny toad. Snap went the twig, up went the toad, and he landed on a tree by the side of the road. On the raggy-shaggy tree by the side of the road, on a rough, gruff bark sat the teeny tiny toad. Peck went a bird. Jump went the toad, and he tumbled to a flower in a park by the road. On a fuzzy yellow flower in the hush-rush breeze sat the teeny tiny toad in the shadow of the trees. Buzz went a bee. Hop went the toad, and he jumped to the grass at the side of the road. In the slippy-sloppy grass where the toad sat still was a happy-snappy cricket with a sing-song trill. Chirp went the cricket. Tree went the toad, and he chased the chirpy cricket to the gravel down the road. In the stony, gritty gravel, in the shade of the road, in the calm, quiet morning, sat the hippy-hoppy toad. Woof went a dog. Puff went the toad. And then he hopped to the top of a stone by the road. On the flat, flat stone, in the warm, still air, lay a tough, scruff lizard with a sharp, steady stare. Slink went the lizard. Blink went the toad. And the hip-hop plopped to the dry, dusty road. There he is right there. Down the dry, dusty road where the toad crept along, under bunchy, crunchy leaves came an easy, breezy song. Whoosh went the wind. Swoosh went the toad. And he flew to a leaf hanging close to the road. Round the flippy-floppy leaf came a whirlwind gust of a huff-puff wind with a cloud of dust. Bump went the shoe. Thump went the toad, and he landed on the sneaker as it ran down the road. Past the flippy-floppy hat, down the dry, dusty road, through the bunchy, crunchy leaves, through the stony, gritty gravel, by the slippy-sloppy grass, round the fat, flat stone, past a fuzzy yellow flower and a raggy-shaggy tree, went the bump-thump sneaker with the teeny tiny toad hanging on for the ride as they raced down the road. Now the shoe went zig and the toad went zag, and he sailed through the air to a teeter-totter twig. And in the middle of a puddle, in the middle of the road, on a teeter-totter twig, sat a teeny tiny toad. So I guess we could say that's kind of a circle story, because that's where he started off. Well, I've got a relative of the toad, 5 green and speckled frogs who sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 4 green speckled frogs, glub, glub. 4 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. 1 jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 3 green speckled frogs, glub, glub. 3 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. 1 jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 2 green speckled frogs, glub, glub. 2 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. 1 jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there is 1 green speckled frog, glub, glub. Let's sing this one fast, okay? 1 green and speckled frog sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs, yum, yum. He jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are no green speckled frogs. No frogs, but we're going to have a story about a very strange pet. This is called The Pet Potato. It's written by Josh Lacey and illustrated by Momoko Abe. And it's published by Roaring Brook Press. All Albert wanted was a pet, but his mom and dad always said no. They said, we're too busy for a dog. They said, cats make mom sneeze. They said, rabbits need a big garden. And they said, of course we can't have a giraffe. Don't be silly. Now Albert never gave up. There was nothing else he wanted for Christmas or for his birthday. Morning and evening, he begged his parents for a pet. Until one day, Dad called him over and said, I have a present for you. Now it was a small package wrapped up in blue paper and tied with ribbon. What's this? Albert asked. There's only one way to find out, Dad said. So Albert opened the package, and inside he found a potato. You wanted a pet, Dad said. There you go. That's not a pet, Albert said. That's a potato. It's a pet potato, Dad said. Now, Dad made jokes like that all the time, and Albert had learned to ignore them. He put the potato away and forgot about it. Now, potatoes can't look sad or lonely, but somehow this one did. The next day, Albert laid out his train tracks, and when he had finished, the potato went for a ride in one of the cars. Albert built a tower with a room at the top, and from there the potato could see for miles around. Albert took the potato to the playground. It swung on the swings. It rolled down the slide and went round and round and round and round on the merry-go-round. Mickey wanted to use the potato as a soccer ball, but Albert said no, that wouldn't be nice. Potatoes aren't allowed in the swimming pools, so it had to stay with Mom when Albert had his lesson. And when they went to the library, Albert and the potato took turns choosing. For some reason, the potato particularly liked books about pirates. When Albert took a bath, the potato sat on the edge of the tub. And after bath time, it listened to his stories. And every night, the potato slept on Albert's pillow. And then one morning, the potato disappeared. Albert searched in his room, but it was nowhere to be seen. It wasn't playing with the trains or up in the tower. It might have gone for a walk or down to the store to buy some milk, but potatoes can't really do that, can they? Albert found his potato in the trash. "Oh, put that back, please," Mom said. Albert refused. "You can't throw him away." "Oh, I'm sorry, Albert, but it's smelly and moldy," Mom said. "It's going bad. I don't want that thing in my house." So Dad dug a hole and Albert put his potato in the ground. They covered him up. They said goodbye. Mom and Dad sat down with Albert for a serious talk. "You were so good looking after the potato," Mom said. "We think you're ready for a real pet." Dad said, "We're going to get you a hamster." But Albert didn't want a hamster, nor did he want a dog, a cat, a rabbit, or even a giraffe. He wanted his own pet back, his beautiful, perfect pet. Now, to Albert's surprise, after a couple of weeks, a little shoot appeared, and the shoot grew leaves. Dad gave a pitchfork to Albert, and every day the leaves were bigger. Albert dug and dug until he found all the potatoes. There were enough for everyone. So I guess you can have a pet potato. At least Albert did. I'm so glad, though, that he didn't try to eat his pet. That would not have been nice. So let's do a finger play about something you can eat. Can you get your hot dogs ready? I've got my 5 little hot dogs. They're cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 4 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 3 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 2 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 1 little hot dog is cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. So now no little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and the pan went bam. Did you get hungry, though, hearing a story about a potato or doing a finger play about some hot dogs? Maybe you'd like a cupcake. This is called The Little Mouse and the Big Cupcake. It's written by Thomas Taylor and illustrated by Jill Barton. Ooh, that looks good. And this book is published by Boxer Books. Little Mouse was scurrying along when he found something. It was a chocolate chip raspberry cream cupcake. "Wow," said Little Mouse. "That looks yummy, but it's so big. How can I get it home?" Well, at that very moment, Bird flew down. So Little Mouse asked if she could help. "Oh, that's much too big for me to carry," said Bird. "But it looks scrumptious. May I please try a crumb or two?" Little Mouse said yes, and the bird pecked off a big bit. Pick, 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 pick. And then along came Frog, and Little Mouse asked if he would help. "Oh, I can't lift that," said Frog. "It's much too big. But may I please have a little taste?" "Of course," said Little Mouse. Frog took a large bite. Yum, yum. Well, just then, Mole popped his head out of the hole. So Little Mouse asked if he could help. "Oh, that's far too big to squeeze down my tunnel," said Mole. "But, ooh, please, may I have a nibble?" Little Mouse said okay, and Mole opened his mouth wide, scrunch. Now it wasn't long before other animals came along. There was Snail and Possum and even Chipmunk. And although none of them could lift the cupcake, they all asked to try some. And Little Mouse, being a very kind little mouse, said yes to everyone. Slurp, yum, yum, chomp, chomp, chomp. Oh, Little Mouse felt sad. He didn't know how he was going to get his cupcake home. And then he looked again and he noticed that the cake was smaller now, much smaller. In fact, it was exactly mouse size. You can carry it now, said all of Little Mouse's new friends. You're right, said Little Mouse with a smile. It's just the right size to carry in my tummy. And I have to tell you, it was delicious. Well, can you shake, shake, shake your sillies out? Shake, shake, shake your sillies out. Shake, shake, shake your sillies out and wiggle your waggles away. And can you clap, clap, clap your crazies out? Clap, clap, clap your crazies out. Clap, clap, clap your crazies out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out? Stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out. Stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out and wiggle your waggles away. How about you stand up, because it's time to jump, jump, jump your jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump your jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump your jiggles out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you yawn? Yawn your sleepies out, yawn. Yawn your sleepies out, yawn. Yawn your sleepies out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you shake, shake, shake your sillies out? Shake, shake, shake your sillies out. Shake, shake, shake your sillies out and wiggle your waggles away. Well, I was wondering if you might like to go into the woods, because that's the title of our next book, The Woods. This is written and illustrated by Paul Hoppe. Do you see the eyes? And it's published by Chronicle Books. Now, every night before bed, I turn on my nightlight, read a story, curl up under the blanket, and give my bunny a hug. But last night, I couldn't find my bunny anywhere. There was only one place left to look. I had to go into the woods. And I wasn't afraid at all until I ran into a big, scary brown bear. Look at those teeth. But the bear was just afraid of the dark, so I shared my nightlight with him. And then the big brown bear followed me deeper into the woods. And we weren't afraid at all until we ran into two scary giants. But the giants were just bored, so I shared my bedtime story with them. And then the giants and the big brown bear followed me deeper into the woods. And we weren't afraid at all until we ran into a scary, fire-breathing, triple-headed dragon. But the dragon just had a stomach ache, so I gave him a hug. And then the fire-breathing, triple-headed dragon, the giants, and the big brown bear followed me deeper into the woods. And we weren't afraid at all until we came to a big, spooky, dark cave. At first, nobody wanted to go in. But we took each other by the hand and we marched into the dark together. And we ran into a very big, hairy, scary monster. And he had something furry in his hand. And I asked him, "Why did you take my bunny?" "Because I'm lonely all by myself in this big, spooky, dark cave," said the very big, hairy, scary monster. "Well, why don't you come back with us? We'll all share my bunny." And so we did. And we were not afraid at all. I'm so glad he wasn't afraid. All right. Well, let me think here. Do you think it's time to see if you've got some bubble gum in your pocket? Why don't you reach down into your pocket? And if you don't have a real pocket, just pretend. I'm pretending because I don't have a real pocket, but I'm going to pull out a piece of pretend bubble gum. I'm going to unwrap it and then pop it in my mouth, chew it up until it's all soft and squishy, and then, well, let's just do something disgusting with it. Ready? Here we go. Is it soft and squishy? Mine is. So put your hand out. 1, 2, 3. Spit it in your hand. Oh, isn't that disgusting? And then clap your hand on top. And oh no, your hands are now stuck together with sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Stick it on your chin. Should we leave it there? I don't think so. So let's get it off. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Stick it on your back. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Stick it on your cheek. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Stick it on your knee. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Stick it on your nose. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Stick it on your arm. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Sticky, sticky bubble gum. Stick it on mom or dad. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum. It's time to throw it in the trash. Well, this is one of my favorite books for bedtime. It's called Creak, Said the Bed. It's written by Phyllis and illustrated by Reagan Dunnick. It's a lot of people in that bed. And this book is published by Candlewick Press. One dark night, in the middle of the night, Mama and Papa were snoozing in bed. Squeak went the door. And Evie said, I'm scared in my room. Can I come in with you? Papa said, snore. And Mama said, sure, there's plenty of room for Evie in the bed. So Evie bounced in. Creak, said the bed. Now that same night, that dark, cold night, Mama and Papa and Evie were snoozing in bed. Squeak went the door. And Ivy said, I'm freezing in my bed. Can I come in with you? Papa said, snark. And Mama said, sure, there's plenty of room for Ivy in the bed. So Ivy plopped in. Creak, said the bed. I don't know if you can see that. There's a crack in the footboard. That same night, that dark, cold, windy night, Mama and Papa and Evie and Ivy were snoozing in bed. Squeak went the door. And Mo said, it's spooky in my room. Can I come in with you? Papa said, snorkel. And Mama said, sure, there's plenty of room for Mo in the bed. So Mo squeezed in. Creak, said the bed. That same night, that dark, cold, windy, rainy night, Mama and Papa and Evie and Ivy and Mo were all snoozing in bed. When boom went the thunder. And clickety, clickety, clackety, click, clack, squeak went the door. Woof, said Fred. Up Papa popped, and Papa cried, stop, there's no more room for Fred in the bed. But Fred leaped in. Crack, said the bed. Snoof, said Fred, Mama, Evie, and Ivy, and Mo. Well, the children actually didn't say anything. And Mama didn't say anything, except maybe snore. Papa scratched his head, and Papa said, guess there's plenty of room for all of us in the bed. It's broken, isn't it? Well, one dark night, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the bed, in the middle of the floor, Papa said, good night. Creak, said the floor. But that will be another story. Well, can you wiggle your fingers? And wiggle your toes? Wiggle your shoulders? And how about your nose? Can you wiggle your elbows? And slap your knees? Stretch out those arms and get ready, please, because it's time for something fun on our flannel board. Let me just move these out of the way and bring it on up. And since Monday's going to be Mother's Day, I thought we ought to have a story about mamas. And there's a llama. Now, is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Dave. No, she is not, is the answer Dave gave. She hangs by her feet and she lives in a cave. I don't believe that's how llamas behave. Oh, I said, you're right about that. I think your mama sounds more like a bat. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Fred. No, she is not, is what Freddie said. She has a long neck and white feathers and wings. I don't think a llama has all of those things. Oh, I said, you needn't go on. I think that your mama must be a swan. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Jane. No, she is not, Jane politely explained. She grazes on grass and she likes to say moo. I don't think that's what a llama would do. Oh, I understand now. I think that your mama must be a cow. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Clyde. No, she is not, is how Clyde replied. She's got flippers and whiskers and eats fish all day. I do not think llamas act quite that way. Oh, I said, I'm beginning to feel that your mama must really be a seal. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Rhonda. No, she is not, is how Rhonda responded. She's got big hind legs and a pocket for me, so I don't think a llama is what she could be. Oh, I said, well, that's certainly true. I think that your mama must be a kangaroo. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Lynn. Oh, Lloyd, don't be silly, Lynn said with a grin. My mama has big ears, long lashes, and fur, and you of all people should know about her. Our mamas belong to the same herd, and you know all about llamas because, well, you are one too. Yes, you are right, I said to my friend. My mama's a llama. And this is the end. But it's not quite the end for us, because we need to have our Sandra Boynton book to finish up with, right? So tonight we're going to have Dinosnores. This is published by Workman Publishing. Do you like dinosaurs? I like the way Sandra Boynton draws them. When the sun has gone down and the blue stars appear, then the dinosaurs know that their bedtime is near. So they all clean their teeth and their sweet faces too. And then they wriggle and stretch just like dinosaurs do. Their pajamas are cozy. They all put them on. And then they yawn, and they yawn, and they yawn, and they yawn. Now they all settle down in a dinosaur heap. They all close their eyes. They all fall asleep. And soon they are dreaming, our dinosaur friends. And I'm afraid this is when all the snoring begins. Can you help me? Honk, snore. Honk, sure. Honk, show. Honk, show. The snoring goes on and on and on through the night. Why, they never stop snoring till the first morning light. I like all the dinos, but I just want to say, thank goodness those Dinosnores live far, far away. So I hope when you go to bed, you don't hear any dino snores. to keep you up, right, Bernard? Thank you for watching, and we'll be back with some more stories next week. So thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.